Ground. I am Ohio Divided. He is Michigan Metal. And today we're talking about Ryan Day finally slaying the beast. The beast being Michigan. The team that has given him headaches for 4 long years. But this time, he did it. He really did it. Ohio State played the game on their terms. Finally, they dictated the flow. They dictated the pace. And they dictated the outcome. Buckeye fans have been shouting all year long that this is a different Ryan Day. This is a different mentality of a team. And Michigan was walking into a different Ohio State Buckeye football team this time around. Michigan fans laughed. But could you blame them after the last 4 years? They shrugged it all off. But now, the Buckeyes put belt to ass. And all is right in the world again in Ohio State country. All right, Metal. I'm sorry. I had to give Ryan his shine after everything he's dealt with the last 4 years. How are you feeling today?
I am disappointed with the way Michigan played yesterday. And I shouldn't be shocked or surprised because the games against basically just every single game this season has been like foreshadowing to Ohio State versus Michigan and the results that we saw. I think I would be happier, like I said the other day, if this game was close. And it should have been close just because of just the mental mistakes that Michigan just made. And Ohio State's a really good team. Like, I'm not a fucking Ohio State grifter. I'm not Glazing Julian saying. But if you don't get pressure on this kid, like, he's just going to go sit there in the pocket and cook all day. And that's what he did. Mm-hmm. Like, he fucking cooked us.
So how would you say, like, let's talk about, the game started at 11 o'clock your time. So, like, how were you feeling 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10:30, like, leading up to the game? Like, what were your emotions like? Where was your confidence level at?
So, I woke up at, like, 6:30 in the morning. I made some barbecue meatballs, some Italian sliders, and then I made some buffalo chicken dip, and then, like, I had hot dogs and all that stuff in, like, basically like a pot and everything like ready to go because I had like my wife's family coming over and this is like the first time I haven't like been in Ohio to like watch the game with like my dad and like all like stepbrothers and all that other shit since 2013. So like this is like the first time like I was watching it, you know, without all of them. So it felt a little weird, you know.
Yeah.
And like the reason why, just like context, like my kid has hand, foot, and mouth. So, and my brother has like, he's immunocompromised. So like anything like that, just because like his tumor in his head, mm-hmm. And the medicine that he takes like would basically like anything that he would get could possibly like kill him.
Yeah.
So like we had to stay home for Thanksgiving. I mean, it was a good Thanksgiving and it was fun. But like I was just like nervous. You know, I kind of felt like something doesn't feel right. You know, like something's off.
Yeah.
Like this week. Like when I got that news from the daycare Monday that my daughter has hand, foot, and mouth, I'm just like, yeah, this is how this is gonna go. Like I already know it. So I was nervous. I was like, you know, kind of just anticipating for this game to happen. Like I wanted to happen. I just wanted to get it over with. Like I want that clock to say, you know, 15 minutes and like start ticking and then a first kickoff. Like, I just wanted this game to start.
Yeah.
Just because, like, all the you know, the whole year, like, people just talking shit and, you know, a new Ryan Day, which I was skeptical about just because this is just Ohio State, Michigan, you know?
And I don't blame you for that. I would be too. I mean, you guys have seen him shit down his leg 4 years in a row. Like, it's like,
yeah.
And I think there was a sense of a lot of us as Ohio State fans, like, I was 100% confident. Like, he had a different mentality, a different confidence, like a different, like, look in his eye, a different pep in his step, however you want to say it, than what he's had in the past. But it, like, I still had a little bit of doubt in the back of my head of, like, you can say that, you can do all these things, you can say all these things, but whenever it comes time to it and you go in between the lines and, like you said, the clock's at 15 and the first ball kicks off and you are playing the team on the other side with the winged helmet, then how do you respond? And that was the biggest thing for me. Like I felt like I was confident. Just he was saying the right things. Players were saying the right things. The way they were going about things was just different than how they've done things, said things, whatever way you want to put it in the past. And I had a pretty good feeling that it was going to be different this time around, but I still had to see it with my own two eyes. And
Right.
like it was good and it was very reassuring to like actually see that myself and be like, yep, like this dude is moving different. It changed the program. I mean, last year's loss was horrible. Probably one of the worst losses in Ohio State's program history. And like from that day forward, like we've all said, it's different. He's different. The program's different. The players are different. And I think yesterday just backed that up even more.
Yeah, 100%. Like I agree with that. Like I think like if you're a Michigan fan or if you're any other like fan of any other team, like if you say that Ohio State's not a good football program, like you're just a fucking liar, and you should probably honestly just stop watching football altogether, and you just don't know what you're talking about. Like you guys are good. Like everything that I did not want to happen happened yesterday in the worst way. And I know I said this during like one of my predictions I made in my post, like if Julian Sain gets comfortable in the pocket, he's going to shred Michigan's defense. And that's just what happened.
He's just too smart and too accurate. If you do give him time, like he reminds, I said this even like at the beginning of the season. I think I even said it before the season. Like he reminds me a lot of Joe Burrow. Like I watch Joe Burrow weekly when he's healthy, but I've watched a lot of Joe Burrow, and it's like if you can just give him time, he's so accurate. He's such a quick processor and such a good decision maker. If you're not getting to him and speeding him up and making him get the ball out faster than what he needs to, then you're going to lose. He's too good, too accurate, too smart of a quarterback to not find the open guy every single time. It's impossible to guard Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, like Bo Jackson coming out of the backfield, Max Clare going over the middle, Brandon Ennis. Like it's impossible to guard those guys for 3 or 4 seconds. Like there's not any DB in the country that's going to be able to do that. And it's not even just Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. That's any Division I Power 4 wide receiver. Like they're really quick, really athletic. If you give them so much time, they're going to eventually get open. It's one of the hardest things to do in football is guard a high-level wide receiver. And whenever you parlay that with a smart, accurate quarterback like Julian Sain, he's going to find the open guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like what is so fucking hilarious, and I looked this up this morning because when I was watching the game yesterday, like we were on average, I think just sending 4. And like maybe a couple of times we'd send like an extra, like just a linebacker. Michigan's pressure rate was 3.6%.
I also wonder if a lot of that has to do with too, like Sain has the highest completion percentage against the blitz in college football. I don't know what his exact numbers are, but like he's got a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards to a very little amount of interceptions. Like he's so smart. Like when you blitz a guy, you're sacrificing a guy in coverage, and typically if he knows where that blitz is coming, he knows where to deliver the ball. So I don't think that's like a stupid game plan by Wink by any means. I mean the stats show you when he blitzes, he makes you pay. So I don't hate that game plan from Wink. It's just like your defensive line couldn't win one-on-one matchups with Ohio State's offensive line. And when you're not winning one-on-one matchups and you're not dialing up a blitz, that's not a great combination.
Yeah, and I don't understand why our starters are not playing most of the game. Like Wink Martindale has this consistency. He's very consistent on subbing players out and putting like second string, third string, fourth stringers in.
Like on the defensive line, you're saying?
Yeah, like why are we doing it? Even like in like the nickels? I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we subbing people out?
Yeah, I mean I understand it to like keep guys fresh, and especially for like your big defensive tackles that get tired very large human beings that get tired very quickly. But it's also like when it's crucial downs and crucial situations. And I'm not real familiar with what Michigan's defensive rotations were yesterday. I wasn't really paying any attention to it. But like in crucial downs and crucial situations, you need your best guys out there.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't the NFL to where like everybody's an NFL fucking caliber player. Like nobody is like when you have second and third or fourth stringers in there, like someone's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And then someone's gonna like this is when other teams capitalize on these moments, and we've done this all fucking year. Like we did it against Oklahoma, did it against USC. I mean, it's like Ohio State's way too good, and Ryan Day and Patricia and Hartline are too smart to not realize that. Like, okay, well, Michigan's subbing out their players now, so let's attack down the field.
Yeah. For sure. It's tough because you got to keep your guys fresh at the end of the day too, but it's also like if the drop off is that significant, you're just fucked because like you said, you have smart coaches on the other side like Ryan Day and Brian Hartline are going to identify that when the starters aren't out there, and it's like, all right, well, we're taking our shot now. Let's get the ball to 4. Let's get the ball to 17. Let's slip it out to Bo Jackson, who Bo Jackson was absolutely phenomenal. I don't think anybody's talking enough about how well he played, not only running the ball but catching the ball out of the backfield yesterday. But yeah, I mean, I think it was very measured by Ohio State. They took their shots when they needed to. I think they hit on 2 or 3 deep balls. But yeah, I mean, obviously I was very satisfied with the game plan, very satisfied with the outcome.
Yeah, we talked about this too because you said that like Ohio State has to come out like just attacking on first down.
Yeah,
and like Ohio State did that. Like they did attack on first down, and then Zeke Berry made that fascinating PBU against Jeremiah Smith, and I was like, oh, okay.
Which one?
We got something going on here.
Which part of the game was that? Which one are you talking about?
That was your guys' first drive.
Oh, the interception?
No, the drive with the interception, yeah.
Oh, the deep shot you're talking about?
Yeah, the deep shot to Jeremiah Smith.
That was to Carnell, but yeah, I mean, same thing basically.
Oh, it was Carnell, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a hell of a play. But I guess we're starting to get into the game. You just want to start from the beginning here because I have, like, in the notes and whatnot, I have those moments kind of detailed out in there. So yeah. Real quick, like I asked you how you were feeling like an hour or two before the game. Like, I don't know why, but I was like I had Thanksgiving and whatnot yesterday with my family, but I was telling my family, I'm like, this is for some reason the most relaxed I've been in like 5 years for this game, and I really don't know why. Because like last year I was kind of like you. Something didn't feel right even last year, and I didn't know why. But like this year, I don't know. Like I kind of just woke up and everything felt fine. I don't know if it was the fast. I got all the demons out of me. But I don't know. I wasn't as like nervous as what I've been the past few years. And I don't know. I don't know if that was just confidence in like the defense, confidence in Ryan Day, confidence in like Julian Sand, Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate. I don't know. But it definitely felt different for me too, but like in a good way. But like once the game started, range of emotions definitely kicked in. So like right away off the bat, Jordan Marshall breaks like a 40, 50-yard run. And it's kind of like, all right, whatever. Like Michigan has the 10th rushing attack, 10th best rushing attack in the country. Like they're going to hit on some runs. Like this is what they do. They're really good at this. You just have to limit the big plays. And then when they do have big plays, don't make it like 2022. Don't let them go the distance. Get them down. And Michigan hit on a few, probably 3 or 4 decently long runs yesterday, but Ohio State tackled them and got them on the ground and took the bend don't break approach where they held them to field goals. They didn't allow them to turn into touchdowns. Where like in the 2022 version of the game, those long runs led to 6 points. And this time you were able to tackle them and get them on the ground. Michigan is an elite rushing attack, and they're going to get theirs at some point or another. It's just you have to limit. You have to limit those explosive plays, and that's exactly what they did. So Jordan Marshall, long run. I mean, where was your head at that point?
I went nuts. I mean, I was like, oh wow, like I did not this first fucking play. I'm like,
Yeah.
was it the inside zone and like straight through the fucking B gap? I'm like, all right, so I can kind of tell like something was wrong with Marshall, like even after that run. Like I don't know, it just seemed like the like energy was like off just a little bit. But I was high at that moment, like I was at all time high probably during that game.
Yeah.
Maybe not all time high, but like he broke that 40-yard run. I'm like, holy shit! Like maybe Ohio State's run defense is fucking paper tiger.
Yeah.
Like maybe this isn't the Matt Patricia that everyone has been saying, but you're right. You hit it on the nose. Like you said, bend don't break. Like allowing just 3 points is a lot better than allowing 7 points, and
Absolutely.
you can't fucking win these games unless 2024 is an anomaly. But in the history of Ohio State versus Michigan, like you can't win by field goals. Like you have to
Right.
score touchdowns.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
So yeah, I mean, that started off like that right away, and I was kind of like, oh fuck, like, all right, one play, whatever. Like we knew they were gonna have, like, Michigan's a good rushing team. They're gonna have plays like this.
yeah.
And got him down. And then Savada hit the fucking 45-yard field goal. The dude's like 12 for 19 on the year, I think the broadcast said. And he bangs it right down the middle. If you had a rope right in the middle of the field goal post, I think he would have split it in half. And I was just like, all right, yep, here we go again. This is how this is going to go. So Zavada's back. It's just like, all right, Michigan broke off a long run. Zavada hit a 45-yard field goal. And in my head, like, I wasn't nervous, but I was kind of like, all right, here we go. Like, yep, this is kind of how it went last year that we've been saying all year. Savada struggled. He's going to put it together for this one. And Michigan takes the lead 3-0. So from there on Ohio State's first drive, the very first play of the game made me feel much better on how this is going to go. First play of the game, like, I know Barry made a hell of a play on the ball, but they went out like, we are going to fucking test you. And it was play action, launch that fucker down the field to Carnell Tate. Obviously, Michigan's DB made a really good play on the ball and broke it up. But I was like, that is the type of shit I want to see. Like, we are going to go down swinging, getting the balls to our best players. And if you guys stop it, props to you. But we are not going to do the type of bullshit we did last year. And you guys better be ready to be playing on your heels, because we are testing you downfield. And that made me feel really, really good for about 30 seconds until Julian Sayin predetermined, I think, in the huddle that he was going to throw the next ball to Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith got pressed off the line. Never in a million years should the ball have gone there. I'm sure it was probably a little bit of nerves in Julian's sake of just getting settled in. But then throws a really bad interception. And that's when I was like, oh my God. Yep.
Yeah. Dude,
I cannot lie. I was like, here we go again. That was my almost breaking point right there.
Yeah, I went nuts. I was texting Anthony Ohio DG, and he was like, "I'm sick," and I'm like,
I think that's his favorite line.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I was like, "Welcome to Ann Arbor," Julian saying, and then, yeah, I think that was probably the all-time high, right there.
Yeah, that was
like, holy shit.
That was the one time yesterday where I was like, yep, Michigan game's back. Here we go again. And
just like you had all these sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but like,
no, you're good.
All these analysts were saying that Julian Sayin was going to break this curse.
Yeah.
For Ohio State, Michigan of throwing interceptions in the past like 5 years, and then the first drive he just throws it.
I mean, it was the worst. It was probably the worst play I've seen from him all year. Like, there was no reason in a million years that ball ever should have went to Jeremiah. Like, there was a safety over the top. He got checked at the line of scrimmage. The corner was right there with him the entire way. And, like, I don't know if Julian didn't see him get checked at the line, but he tried to throw a back shoulder to him right into where the corner was. It was just a bad decision, bad throw, bad start. Like, not at all how you wanted it to go. Michigan breaks off a long run. Savada drills a long field goal. Second play, you're throwing an interception. It was like, yeah, here it comes. It's coming again. This is how this goes. I forgot about this. But one other note, too, I want to make. I know I tweeted this. I think Carnell Tate was way more healthy than what Jeremiah was yesterday. I think Jeremiah's pretty banged up. I know this is later in the game, but like the back shoulder throw to Jeremiah in the corner, he barely even like got up to go get it. I was like, I've seen him jump way higher than that. And then even like that touchdown he had, the controversial call play or whatever, like his like route running was not crisp on that play at all. And I'm like, if you think about he was kind of like rounding his routes, they weren't like really like crisp or anything. And if you think about like hurting your groin, I think like putting your foot in the ground and like changing direction really quickly probably doesn't feel too good. It's a little bit easier just to kind of round your turns. And that's a little bit what that route looked like. It didn't look great. But yeah, I think Jeremiah's got something going on. Like I think he was closer to 80% than he was like 100% yesterday.
That route, the stop and go, like he completely cooked Zeke Berry.
He did, but like if you watch the route, it wasn't. He rounded it so much, and I'm like, that doesn't look like Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, hopefully he can get healthy, but he was definitely not 100%. I think like the last quarter and a half of the game too, like he was barely even out there. Like I think they were just like, just get him out off the field. Like we have a comfortable lead. There's no reason to have him out there. We're basically just going to run the ball anyways.
Yeah, I know we talked about this too, like with like college football is weird. Like where you don't have to like report until like the game.
Yeah.
Like, of injuries and stuff, like who's playing and who's not. Like I was so surprised that Carnell Tate was out there, like, and just catching balls and being obviously an essential part of the offense.
He looked completely fine.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so.
Well, I also told you the other day there were rumors like he got in trouble and shit. I don't know if he was actually hurt. I don't know if he got in trouble. The overwhelmingly majority of people that kind of have connections to the inside, like clearly I don't have any fucking connections to the inside. I just post my thoughts and opinions as a brain dead online. But like most people like act like he was for sure hurt. But like yesterday he looked pretty damn healthy.
Yeah, he did. He looked really like good too. I don't know if you know about the whole Ernest Hausman situation, number 15 for Michigan, like the captain on the defense.
No.
Well, like he just been non-existent the past couple of games, the Maryland game too.
Has he been playing beat up?
No, like he just completely left the team.
He hasn't been playing?
Why? Yeah, like he hasn't played at all.
So you don't know if he's like hurt or got in trouble or anything like that?
So I know like he is adopted because his like he is from Africa. And like I know that like he would like visit his family in Africa and like to like take care of them. And it's like some like basically like just a cultural thing to where like, you know, if you're the oldest in the family, like it's basically like your responsibility. And that's what I think maybe happened. Like he left and he went back, you know, to help out his family and stuff. But like, you know, you got a lot of Michigan fans that are upset and like they're just calling him out, like, you know, Ernest Hausman quit on his team, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, dude, there's more important things in life than just football, you know. Like it's not fucking everything.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that he wasn't out there because he kept talking about the game on Twitter and so on and so forth. And then Samaj Morgan didn't play. Thank fuck. Didn't really make a difference at all anyways. But yeah, it was this whole like fucking reporting shit is so dumb. Like this need to make it like the NFL.
Yeah, you got to report what their status is throughout the week and leading up to the game and all that, and you have to report if they're going to go or not. Agreed. It's
like, I have a secret weapon. I'm not going to talk about it until an hour and a half before the game.
Yeah. So after that interception, that really bad interception that Julian threw, again, Ohio State's defense bent, or I guess they didn't bend, the offense bent, but they didn't allow Michigan to get into the end zone, which was awesome. Like, if you go and make that a 10-0 game, that game could go a different direction. But holding them to 6-0 after like as bad of a start as you probably could have asked for, with Michigan busting a run, hitting a long field goal, throwing an interception, 6-0 was you're happy with that. And at that point, like I just said, Savada hit another field goal. It's kind of like, this is how this is going to go. If the offense doesn't get rolling, this is going to be an issue today. It's going to be a problem. And I thought the next drive was huge.
Can we talk about that Michigan drive a little bit?
Yeah. Yep.
So like I know like Jordan Marshall had the big.
Are you talking right after the interception?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So Jordan Marshall had a big run, right? And then it's 3rd and 6. And basically what the game plan is Bryce Underwood's going to throw a fade to Donovan McCulley. Like, I've watched this a couple times because I know Yoder also called this out as well. Like, Bryce Underwood just takes a snap and then he just fucking throws off his back foot. Like, not even to have his feet planted, not even stepping up in a pocket. Like, he just basically just throws right off his back foot.
Yeah.
And I think this is like just piss poor mechanics and just piss
Yeah.
poor coaching by Chip Lindsey. Like I don't understand why we can't get this guy developed. Like, he has regressed throughout the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks worse than he did fucking game 1.
So on that 3rd and 6, is that what they threw a? Oh yeah. It was in the corner and Igbinosun was guarding him. That's that's right.
Yeah, Donovan, it was overthrown, and then Donovan and Igbinosun basically there was a lot of contact with each other, and it was just a high ball. Like, dude, fucking plant your feet, man.
Yeah, make a throw.
Like, you can easily, like, Igbinosun wasn't even looking at the ball at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's, again, just foreshadowing the events of what happens throughout the game. Yeah.
So yeah, at that point it was 6-0. Ohio State gets the ball back, and right now Julian Sayin is 0 for 2 with 1 interception, and disaster start for him. And Ohio State got it to 3rd and 2, and I really like their next play call. It was a play action, just nice little dump off pass to the tight end, get Julian his first completion, get the first down of the game, and then you were off. That play was massive in my head because Sayin's confidence was probably a little rattled at that point. So, like, awesome play call by Brian Hartline. Let's get him a really easy completion that's going to get us a first down, and let's get him settled in. And, I mean, they showed the stats from the broadcast on. Like, the dude completed probably, 80-85% of his passes, 225 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Like, he went back to normal Julian after that. But the rest of that drive, like, Bo Jackson started to hit on an explosive catch, had an explosive run, got the ball inside the 5. And I don't know why Ohio State has struggled with this so much, like the past, like literally probably 3 to 4 years. When they just need like a yard or two, they are so bad at short yardage and just like literally, and I'm talking just turning around and handing the ball off to go get a yard. And this was whenever the whole like headbutt situation with the ref happened. Ohio State was gifted the ball on the 2 fucking yard line, and they couldn't get it in. Like 3 times, could not get it in. And it's like, when you are in the playoff in the middle of or against Indiana in the Big Ten championship game, playing for a national championship, whatever it might be, you have to find a way to get that damn yard. They get stopped in short yardage situations so damn much. And, you don't ever see Michigan getting stopped in those type of situations like that. Like the elite rushing attacks that just pride themselves on big offensive linemen, heavy dose of run game, good running backs. You don't see them getting stopped when they just need 1 yard. I don't get it. I don't understand why they can never just get a yard. But again, Michigan, you felt the momentum kind of starting to shift through Ohio State on that drive. But then Michigan gets a goal line stand and holds them to 3. And then it's Michigan 6-3. And it's kind of like, well, fuck. Here we go again. Shit just goes weird in this game. I can't explain to you why, but it just goes weird. And that was a huge part of the game for Michigan and put them in a position to set themselves up for success later in the game.
Yeah, it's the bend, like we've been talking about, the bend don't break. Michigan, the goal line stance, they did a really good job of just holding you guys to 3 points.
Right.
I mean, when Julian saying did the QB sneak and they called it a touchdown, I was like, bro, what the fuck are you guys watching? His fucking knee is down.
The play before then was closer than that one.
With Donaldson, yeah.
Yeah, I was so confused why they called that one a touchdown and not the one before. I didn't think either of them were a touchdown. But I was like, if you're going to call either one of those two plays a touchdown, it was definitely the one before. It was obvious as shit Julian was at least a yard short, if not more. I think he actually lost a yard on the play.
He did. I think he did lose a yard. And then the mental mistakes of the false start. And just before that, I don't know what Barham was doing. If I can be like devil's advocate and say like maybe Barham was like showing the ref on what like Ohio State players were doing, because there was the same drive to where like one of the linemen was like fucking nutsack tapping or sack tapping with his helmet on one of the Michigan players. I don't know if you saw that or not. But
yeah, I did see that. He might have been telling the ref that's what they were doing, but like, don't headbutt a ref, you stupid fuck.
You fucking idiot, dude. I'm like, you know,
he's lucky he didn't get through. I have no idea how he was allowed to keep playing after that.
I mean, fuck, he was non-existent the whole game anyway, so I don't think it really would have fucking made a difference. But yeah, like it's just like mental mistakes like that Michigan made of just like, you know, you got to keep your fucking composure. Like there's a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
In this rivalry, in this game, like you can't do that.
Right.
And then, you know, that's like where like I saw the difference, because like the past 4 years we see Ohio State making those mistakes, like, you know, with G. Scott, the ripping the helmet off incident, and then like just other things that have happened the past 4 years. But like Michigan is just falling into this trap. And I know like I'm jumping ahead a little bit on this, but I applaud Ryan Day. I really do. Like, you know, he said win by humility, or win and have some humility. Like, no, we're not going to plant the flag here and all that stuff. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck if you planted the flag, but like, I knew exactly Ryan Day wasn't going to do that shit, just because that's just not him. Like, that's, you know, you just win and you have some humility. But yeah, it's just like mental mistakes that Michigan continued to make.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a really good stop. And possibly like the only
I think they had a chance to allow the momentum to shift to Ohio State's side, but they didn't. They got a massive stop and kept the momentum on their side. Then I think Michigan went out, got 3 and out, or got stopped, whatever it would be, and punted back to Ohio State. And this is where, like, beginning of the second quarter, where I really felt like Ohio State was starting to find their rhythm. Like the next drive that led to the Jeremiah Smith touchdown, they got a penalty, I think, on the punt where they had to start at their own 10 or something, like 10 or 15. It's a long field to go. And they came right out, getting the ball to Jeremiah, getting the ball to Carnell. Like, we are backed up. Like, we had a really bad drive to start. This is kind of the start of the game where you see Ryan Day start to clench his butthole up. Like, let's get away from our game plan. Let's play to not lose type of shit. And no, they came right out in that drive, throwing the ball around, get it to Jeremiah, get it to Carnell Tate. And then they were able to put a good drive together, got the ball into Michigan territory, and 4th and 5, threw that ball to Jeremiah down the sideline, caught it. Controversial call. It was one of the weirder plays I think that I've ever seen. He definitely didn't have possession of the ball whenever he went into the end zone, but I don't know how you rule that as a ref, or what the rule even is there. But my point is, like, whatever, even if you want to take that play away, like, Ohio State still wins the game, and I'm glad it didn't come down to, well, that controversial touchdown to Jeremiah Smith, if that wouldn't have happened, then X, Y, and Z would have happened. Like, I'm glad that Ohio State just dominated basically from this point forward, so we're not sitting here having this debate. And it's always better whenever a team kind of just leaves no doubt whenever they beat somebody, because then there's less bickering and like, well, this call and that call and just all that kind of dumb shit that goes into it. But anyways, at this point, Ohio State takes a lead 10-6. And like I started to feel good. We didn't go back on the game plan. Shit wasn't really going how we wanted it to go to start. It started to go in Ohio State's favor by now. They continued to stick with the game plan, spreading the ball in the air, getting the ball to the playmakers, and just different than what they approached, how they approached it last year. Where were you at this point in the game?
Like I know I saw, like, I had like an emotional reaction. I was like, oh, you know, it should be a touchback, blah blah blah. But then like a second later, I'm just like, why did we allow him to get this fucking gain in the first place? Like, if Zeke Berry just doesn't get absolutely destroyed in the route, and like the coverage is just like basically shredded, like, then we wouldn't have this controversy. Like,
and that right there, like, it was a slant and go. Like,
yeah.
Last year, Ryan Day is not calling that play. It's 4th and 5. He's calling something conservative as fuck to try to get 5 yards. There he was like, you know what? Fuck it. They're going to be biting on this. Give him a slant and go with our best player, and let's hit him deep. Like, Ryan Day was not doing that last year. I'm sorry. He was never in a million years going to take that chance.
No. That's why, like, maybe, like, you guys are right. This is a different Ryan Day. But I've like, Michigan fans just on this app, like on X, and other people, I saw like Barstool talking about it, like, that should have been a touchback, blah 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 blah. I'm like, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, if the game was like within a touchdown or like a field goal, I'd be like,
then
okay,
yeah,
well,
it's more of a conversation. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's
short again, you know, like that.
Yeah, like, it's controversial. I don't know if it was the right call or not. I'm going to guess probably not, just because his foot was out and he was bobbling it a little bit when he went into the end zone, but like, it didn't dictate the outcome of the game at all.
Yeah. No. But yeah, there was a rhythm on Ohio State's offense at this point. Julian Satan was just throwing darts like down the field. And then we get to Michigan, you know, on offense again, and
you bust a long run. You guys got something going there again.
We get something going. I saw Jordan Marshall kind of just having his shoulder, like his carrying arm, like just hanging.
Yeah, he was. That thing was hanging yesterday.
I was like, yeah, he's not 100%. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
He's definitely banged up, and you know, it's like, we have Justice Haynes get hurt, we have Jordan Marshall getting hurt, and then we have a walk-on, the guy that got absolutely no scholarships, not even rated by 247 or anybody, Kuzdal, has come out and start running the ball. Like, yeah, he ran the ball against like Maryland really good, but like, this is like gonna be our whole offense now. Like, we're just gonna rely on a fucking walk-on running back when we have a 5-star recruit, number 1 recruit in the nation, and then we have Andrew Marsh as well. Yeah, like,
yeah,
it's something that at this point I'm watching the game, I'm like, where's Andrew Marsh?
Sharon Moore grabbed Ohio State's playbook from last year and used it. Like, it's like, we are not using our talent. We're not utilizing our 5-star quarterback. We have Donovan McCulley, very good receiver. We have Andrew Marsh, probably the best freshman in the Big Ten, and we're not using them.
Yep. Not one fucking single target. And I, like, also too, like, just a different, like, just throughout the game, and I'm jumping ahead just a little bit here, but there was not one trick play thrown, like, nothing. Like, the most conservative play calling you can see. Like, this was the same fucking play calling that we used against Oklahoma, and everyone knows how that game went. We lost, right? Yeah. It's like, what are we doing? Like, throw the fucking book at Matt Patricia. Put him in a blender.
If you go into a game plan against Matt Patricia doing the same shit you've done all year, you've lost. You got to find ways to be creative and to take blows at him. Like, never once did they really, like, launch the ball downfield 40 or 50 yards. Like, just test, even if you throw an incompletion. Like, kind of Ohio State's first play of the game. They just launched it to Carnell Tate. It was an incompletion, but it still sent a message to Michigan's DBs, like, we are going to attack you downfield. And you never sent that message. You allowed Ohio State just to load the box and completely shut down the run game outside of a few long runs, which everybody in America knew Michigan was going to bust a couple off. They're a really good running team. But you didn't do anything to lean on Bryce Underwood. You didn't do anything to get McCauley involved. And you did absolutely nothing to get your best player involved, Andrew Marsh. He is Michigan's best offensive player. He has been the past 6 weeks. And they didn't do anything, not even like a send him in motion and just hand him the ball just to get him a touch. They did nothing. Like if you look in the stat or in the box score, you don't even see his name.
He's got nothing. And what's crazy is that like Bryce, like I don't know if it might be a Bryce issue, because like when I was watching some of the passing attack, like Bryce gets happy feet and then he just like sees the check down and he throws it right to the check down. Even like if he's guarded. Like I know he did this a couple times yesterday with Marshall and Kuzdal, and like they're completely fucking covered. And he's just throwing a check down. I'm like, dude, we're going to lose yards.
Yeah. And I remember at one part of the game, too, like Joel Klatt even showed it on the end zone screen. If he doesn't go to his check down like immediately, I think it was Marsh actually, was streaking across the middle open. But I think he was just getting so sped up. I think he had nerves and jitters, and it was just like, oh shit, dump it off. Like, get it out quick. Yeah, he wasn't going through his reads and his progressions. Like, he was getting through them like way too quick, even if he was even reading them at all.
Yeah, this comes up with like development and stuff, like just regressing. Like, what is Chip Lindsey doing with this guy? Like, this is our game plan. Like, we're just gonna get happy feet and get scared and start throwing fucking every check down. We literally didn't throw the ball down the field to any tight ends at all, like at all. Maybe
no.
In the flats, we did. But never once did I see Marlon Klein or Zach Marshall or I forgot his name. But never once did I see their names to where Bryce is making looks at them. It's like you can tell like Ohio State and Matt Patricia are just completely planted in Bryce's head. Like they are fucking living there. They have a mortgage. They're paying X amount of dollars a month. Like this person is there. And you know what makes this even better for Ohio State fans, and like you guys deserve to talk all the fucking shit you want, is that Bryce Underwood came out before the season started saying that he's going to take over Ohio. Nobody's ever seen a freshman like me. Blah, blah, yada fucking yawn. Dude, you threw fucking 9 touchdown passes. 9.
Yeah.
Like you fucking... I don't know what else to say. Like you look absolutely horrible. And you have that fucking freshman at Cal who's killing it. Or killed it throughout the year. Like Cal sucks. But like that guy was making plays and he wasn't looking like a fucking freshman quarterback. Like Bryce Underwood looks what you expect a freshman quarterback to be. And it's just
you would hope, especially with his talent by now, he wouldn't look like a freshman anymore. Like you would still have you knew like you would still have moments where he would make mistakes, but all you saw were moments that he had good, not like stretches of him being good. And they're definitely screwing something up in terms of the development of him. And to sit here at bare minimum, like we have talked about how poor his mechanics have been since September, and he's still doing the same shit. Like that alone tells you that he's not getting developed like he should.
He's not. And this is where my biggest fear is that Bryce Underwood, and no matter who like just comes to Michigan as like a 5-star or a 4-star quarterback, like I know they like Michigan has some lineups like in their recruiting classes like for 26 and 27. Is it the coaching staff that is causing him to regress? Because there's just no fucking way. I said this earlier. There's no way you watch the game against New Mexico and you're like, wow, Bryce looks very comfortable in the pocket. He's making good reads. He has some touch on the ball. And then we get to the game against Purdue and Bryce is regressing. Bryce is throwing picks. Bryce is making bad reads against Northwestern, like in the RPO. Like, dude, what? Like, I don't get it. It's it's so contradicting. Just looking at this, and you're just like, well, what the fuck do we have as a quarterback? Because right now, literally, you might as well just put in fucking Chase Herbstreit in there or Davis Warren. It's how do we have a worse offense last year, but Davis Warren fucking throws more yards than Bryce Underwood? At this point in time of what we're talking about during the game, Bryce has 16 yards of passing. 16.
Yeah.
16 fucking yards. Like, dude, that's bad. Now,
Yeah.
what does this do to Michigan's offense, and how does Matt Patricia see this? I'm going to adjust against the run, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put Bryce in a fucking blender now whenever he drops back, because clearly he's not confident, and this makes our offense one-dimensional. And this is what happened. Like, we just got shut down on the run the whole time. Nothing to open up the run. No play action passes. Nothing.
Yep.
I don't think I saw one fucking play action throughout the whole game.
Yeah,
I was drinking too much, but I could be
But
wrong. But
I mean, at this point, like Ohio State is leading 10-6. You guys had the long run on that drive, and you had 3rd and 14 in Ohio State's territory, and you tried to run a screen play, dump it off to either the tight end or a running back off to the left side, and Arvell Reese made a hell of a play. He was in coverage on a receiver or a tight end downfield, sniffed the screen out, came up and blew it up for a loss. And again, here comes Zavada, turns into the best kicker in college football again, drills a 49, damn near a 50-yard field goal to make it 10-9. And at this point, like, the game's kind of 50-50. It's 10-9. You guys have been able to move the ball a little bit. Ohio State had their drive they scored on. Ohio State's defense was bending, not breaking. And I feel like both fan bases probably at this point in the game felt like that they both had a chance. So this is the biggest drive of the game for me, was that drive after it was 10-9, Michigan hits the field goal. This is last year Ryan Day goes conservative here. Last year he goes, all right, let's play to not lose this game. We have a lead. It's 10-9. Our defense is bending, not breaking. They're playing pretty well. They're starting to improve. Like, let's go out there and let's start playing conservative. No. Biggest drive of the game for me. Comes right out of the chute. Hits Tate for a long gain. Hits Kazmarak over the middle for a 20 to 30-yard gain. Bo Jackson, then you get Michigan out of the box. They're having to respect the pass. Bo Jackson hits him with a 15-yard run. And, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, get Michigan on their heels. Get the ball out to your playmakers on the edge, because that's where you have the advantage. Our wide receivers are better than Michigan's secondary. Get them out of the box, spread them out, and start to hit them with the run later. So that drive, they go all the way down the field. Drive ends with a touchdown to Ennis. Ohio State 17-19. Or 17-9, I'm sorry. And at this point, I'm like, all right, Ryan Day is on his back. I'm not worried about this shit anymore. He had a moment where he could have gotten scared, conservative, and started to play not to lose. But after Michigan drills home a massive field goal to pull within one, he goes right back to what we're good at. Get the ball to Tate. Get the ball to Jeremiah. Hit him over the middle. Then you start gashing the run. You find the end zone, 17-9. What were you? That leads you into halftime. Where were you? What were you thinking at halftime at this point?
we were gonna lose. I like
Really?
dude. The 2-minute warning controversy, like Sherrone Moore calling a fucking timeout with 3 seconds left until the 2-minute warning.
Oh, that was dumb. What was he
I was
doing?
like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, are you unable to, like, is you like an inept like coaching ability?
Did he forget 2-minute warnings were started to become a thing like last year, whenever it was?
Like, you can just tell, like, Ohio State and Ryan Day is just like living rent free in Sherrone Moore's head at this point. Like, why are we calling a timeout? Why? And you know, the tipping point of this game is that, like, Ohio State played Michigan's game. They fucking controlled the entire clock. Michigan was barely on the fucking field offensively.
Yeah.
Michigan's defense was on the game for 46 minutes. That's not, dude, your defense is going, if your defense is getting fried like that and your offense is not moving the ball down the field, that's bad, because nobody's resting.
Yeah, your defense is going to get gassed.
Like, the fact that, like, Ohio State So like just looking at like from my notes, Ohio State had the ball at 5:22, starting out on their own 12, and they lead the field with
Before
18
you're saying before they made it 17-9, like the drive that led to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that drive starts out at 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Ohio State leaves the field at 18 seconds. Like,
Just controlling the clock. Yeah.
yeah, clock management.
At that point too, like at halftime I was feeling pretty good. Like in terms of how confident I was Ohio State was going to win, I would say probably like 60 to 65% at that point. I saw two things. The defense had allowed some big plays, but they bent, not broke, like we've talked about. And Ohio State and Ryan Day and Brian Hartline never went away from the game plan. They stayed aggressive. They stayed on the attack. And Julian Sand was starting to look like he was settling in. That made me feel good, but I also had seen this game for 4 years prior, and I knew that shit can go really, really weird. So I still had a little bit of caution in the back of my head that this could go south at some point. So as you go into the fourth quarter, like from Ohio State's standpoint, you are in your game plan and you are executing it flawlessly at this point. The defense was they were starting to lean on the defense. The offense was airing it out. You're getting the ball to your playmakers, and the run game was starting to click. And with 8 minutes left in the third, like Ohio State is on the 50-yard line, and they decide to take a shot to Carnell Tate deep. Perfect protection. Bo Jackson, I think Michigan did send a blitz on that play, actually, because Bo Jackson stepped up and had a phenomenal block that gave Julian more time. I mean, Julian stood in the pocket, very clean pocket, delivered a strike over the middle to Carnell Tate for a 50-yard bomb to make it 24-9. And at that point, I was like, all right, I feel like that's kind of the dagger. I don't think Michigan is built to come back from a couple-score lead. I don't think Bryce Underwood is good enough to throw it around, especially on this defense, to come back from this. And at that point, I felt like I had about 90% confidence we were going to win.
Yeah, I said this like during halftime on Twitter that like Ohio State, Michigan needs to pressure Julian Sane, and Michigan needs a 3-and-out. And what does Michigan do right after Ohio State goes 3-and-out? Fucking Michigan just goes 3-and-out. Like, dude, like just the piss poor fucking management, piss poor fucking game planning got us piss poor results. When I saw that, when the busted coverage with like right over the fucking deep safety that Carnell Tate caught that touchdown pass, I was like, yep, this game's over. Like, we're not coming back. Like, there's no way. Like, this offense...
that was the perfect like dagger in the heart. Like they timed up to take that shot at the perfect time and like hit on it.
Like this offense is not, or I agree with you. Like, I don't think Bryce has the ability to make big passes against Ohio State's defense. And
it's just not who Michigan is either. Like, it's not all completely on Bryce. Like, they're just not a team that plays from behind. They have to play from ahead because they run the ball so effectively and they don't throw it through the air a whole lot. And when you're down a couple scores in the second half, you can't just sit there and lean on the run game like you typically would.
Right. Like, if I'm playing SEC hypotheticals, right? Like, if this is like 2023 offense, Michigan offense where you have JJ back there and at least some like fucking weapons. Like, yeah, sure, JJ can probably come back from that. And I want to maybe get a touchdown because, like, at least they had something to open up the fucking run game. And that was the play-action pass. And they were effective on that. And Bryce Underwood just not. Like, he's the complete opposite. And again, this falls in line with just poor development. But, yeah, right when Tate scored that touchdown, I was like, yeah, this is over. I was pissed. Yeah, and I kind of felt like someone kicked my fucking dog at that point.
Well, I'll round it out real quickly and then we can kind of just talk about key takeaways in the overwhelming game. So at that point, I don't remember what Michigan did after the 50-yard bomb to Tate. Probably 3-and-out or got a first down and punted, essentially. And then Ohio State went on a 20-play, 81-yard drive that took 12 minutes off the clock and ended with a field goal. That made me feel probably as good as I have felt in about 5 years of watching this game. Because it was like we were doing exactly what Michigan had done to us last year in 2023 especially. Like, just turn around, hand the ball off, and, hey, we're coming up the middle, and you're just not going to stop it. And they probably ran the ball at least 17, 18 of those 20 plays, and it was just gash and run after run after run after run. But the reason why you got to that point was because you were aggressive early. You threw the ball around early. You got the ball in your playmaker's hand, and you tested Michigan early. You hit Kazmarek over the middle for a big gain. You hit Jeremiah Smith along the sideline for a big gain. You hit Carnell Tate over the top for a big gain. What that does is that spreads the defense out. They're playing on their heels, and then you start to gash them later in the game in the second half. They always talk about the winner of the game wins the rushing battle. For Michigan, that is, we are going to turn around and hand the ball off 40 fucking times and just milk away at the clock. For Ohio State, that means coming out aggressive early, doing exactly what I just talked about, and then hitting them gashing them with runs in the fourth quarter. So you go on the 20-play, 81-yard drive, 12 minutes, field goal, 27-9 Buckeyes. And at that point, like, it's a 3-possession game. Ohio State's defense can just pin their ears back because Michigan's not going to run the ball anymore at that point. 3-possession game, they have to throw the ball. They have to push the ball downfield to go and try to score, and that's when Bryce Underwood's pimples really showed. They were able to get after him, get him to make quick decisions. He looked like a true freshman making his first ever college start, and like the drive, the second to last drive, and it's just like stuff like this, like 3rd and 18. Bryce Underwood is throwing a dump off to Klein out in the flats. And he's throwing him 100-mile-per-hour fucking fastball. It's like, dude, like, he does this so much. It's just, when a guy is 3 to 4 yards away from you, you don't throw it hard. Like, that is common sense. Me and you can go in the backyard and know that. But he just doesn't have the feel for that quite yet, and he hasn't had the feel all season. And that's whenever Caleb Downs came up and just lit Klein's world up. Michigan waves the white flag at that point. They punt. Ohio State gets the ball back. They got the ball at a 4th and 1 on Ohio State's side of the 50. And again, Ohio State was owning the line of scrimmage. Ryan Day, playing different, not like he has in the past, decides to go for it, turns around. Everybody in the building knows the ball is going right up the middle to get a first down. Turn around, hand the ball off. Michigan couldn't stop it. And then just to the last... One sec. I'll just round this out, and then this will be the end of the game. And then to finish everything off, Michigan had the 4th and 5, the very last drive of the game. Again, like, McCauley was open on that play. And Underwood throws the ball like 100 miles per hour again. Like, just goes right through McCauley's hands because he's 4 yards away from him. And then Igbinosun picks it off, and the game's over.
Do you have that game pulled? Like, are you watching the highlights, like, on a separate screen or same screen?
No, I actually watched the highlights earlier. I just watched like the 12-minute version that Fox had, and then I just made like notes based on like whatever was happening on screen right before I hopped on here.
So that same play, the one where Bryce threw a fastball to Tonelli in the flats, and then Caleb Downs.
Oh, was it Tonelli?
Tackled. Yeah, that's fine. But I want to send you the screenshot.
What are you sending it to me on?
Discord. Just like you could, just basically just as overall encompasses like the whole fucking season.
I was honestly going to put that 12-minute video on screen here and just watch it together and then like talk about it, but I knew that we would get hit with a copyright shit. That's what I would have liked to do. just play that 12-minute video that just sums up all the highlights of the game and then just talk through it so then like viewers and everybody can see what we were talking about. But unfortunately, that's not how that goes.
Let me be a screenshot. Film an analyst.
Yeah, you can't take screenshots of game film. I thought you learned that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Did you send it to me?
I sent it to you right now.
Oh, there it is.
So look where Andrew Marsh is at.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bryce, like, not even reading a defense. That's him freaking out and just dumping it off really quick. And that was 3rd and 18. Like, you're down 18 points with probably a few minutes left. Like, who cares if you throw a pick? Launch the bitch downfield. Get lucky. I don't know.
We threw 0 deep ball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
0.
That's wild.
So Bryce Underwood went 8 for 18, 63 yards.
And I couldn't believe he threw him 5 passes in the first half.
Yeah.
If he threw 5 passes in the first half, Michigan better had been up like 17-7, and they were just gashing Ohio State for 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if this is a coaching issue. I don't know if the coaches have zero confidence in Bryce Underwood. I don't know if it's play calling. It's just, this is why, like, I'm so frustrated and shocked. And I was, like, so confused. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like,
Yeah.
I've been watching the same game every Saturday for the past fucking 10, 12 weeks. It's the same shit. Over and over again. Like, just incompetence. Like, we have really good receivers. Not
Yeah.
the same level as Ohio State, but
They're
at least
good.
get fucking Donovan McCulley.
McCulley and Marsh, there's a lot of teams out there that would take McCulley and Marsh.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
fucking exactly.
you didn't use two of your better pieces of your team yesterday. You didn't use them at
Use
all.
your fucking weapons. Like, why are we not using our weapons?
Dude, this is the same kind of shit that Ohio State was thinking last year. It was like, you have these 2 great players and you did nothing to get them involved.
Yep. This doesn't make any sense.
For Ohio State,
different team.
For like Ohio State, like I've talked about this a couple times. Like this, they finally played on their terms, and I hope, like, I know Michigan fans have always clowned that in the past, like Ohio State fans saying that. But I hope yesterday they realize and they can see like exactly what we mean by that. It's like, get the ball to Tate, get the ball to Smith, and the old running game will take care of itself as the game goes on, and then you unload the box. The running game opened up in the second half. I think Ohio State like 110 yards of the 186 total rushing yards Ohio State had came in the second half. So that just proves right there. They came out throwing the ball early, leaned on the run game late, and that's when they were able to control the clock, control the line of scrimmage, and ultimately win the game. Ohio State's offensive line played phenomenal. Kept Julian Sayin clean all day. 0 sacks, 0 pressures, and exactly like you talked about at the beginning of this episode. If you give Julian Sayin time and you allow him to sit in a clean pocket, he's going to make you pay. And just, it feels so fucking good today because I love Ryan Day. Like, I think Ryan Day is an awesome coach. I think he is the best coach in college football, and I'm glad that he is now being able to back it up, especially in this game. He's got a national championship. He's going to a Big Ten championship. Not an easy Indiana team he's going to face next, but like, I think that this team is still determined that there's more out there to prove. I still think that they have a chip on their shoulder. There's still the narrative out there. They haven't played anybody. They haven't done this. They haven't done that. And he's going to use it as motivation for his team. And to face adversity early, he had every right to revert back to his old ways. Michigan gets up early. Michigan gets an interception early. It gets close. He could have clinched that butthole like he has done in years past, and he didn't do it. He stuck to the game plan. He stuck to what they were good at, and you can tell He fought off the beast, and he got the monkey off of his back.
No, I agree. Like he overcame adversity and proved to college football world that like Ohio State's the best team in the country and he's one of the best coaches. I agree with you on that. Like as much as like I hate Ohio State, like I can still like qualities of Ohio State. Like I think Ryan Day is a fantastic coach. I think he's a fantastic quarterback coach. He knows how to develop quarterbacks. I mean, just look at Sayin. Like Sayin is just absolutely phenomenal, and he's so poised, so calm. Like he knows how to read defenses and just split them apart. And yeah, does it help having two of the best wide receivers in the country? Yeah, sure. But like if you watch the UCLA and Rutgers games, he was still making fantastic throws and still making great plays.
It's nice having those guys, but it still takes a guy to make the right decisions and put the ball in the right spot.
Right. Exactly. And it's so true that Sayin is being developed by better coaches than what Bryce is being developed at Michigan by poor coaches. Yeah, it's definitely, you can see the difference between the two programs. And I talked about this earlier on Twitter, and as much as people get mad at me that Ohio State won a national championship, they dumped off in max exodus a bunch of players to the NFL, a bunch of coaches to the NFL, and all Ohio State did was just reload. Like they got Matt Patricia. Some Michigan fans dogged him. Yes, I mean they had the right? Like if you're a Lions fan and
totally get
you
it.
see Matt Patricia, like he fucking
You're clowning the
sucked
shit out of that.
Yeah,
you're clowning
like,
the shit
some
out of
people-
that.
Yeah, exactly. Some people are just not meant to be head coaches.
Nope.
And Matt Patricia is a 3-time Super Bowl winner with New England Patriots, probably one of the best defenses in all of the NFL, and he just comes in and starts swinging in the NFL or in college football. I was looking at before the Ohio State Michigan game. I was looking at like the defensive stats, like average. I think it's easy to say that like Ohio State's defense this year is probably better than Michigan's 2023 defense. And that's saying a lot. Just by like statistics.
You're splitting hairs there, man.
If you look at the numbers, I mean, come on. Ohio State,
I don't know.
average yardage allowed was 80 yards. Michigan's was 90. So I mean, we'll see in the postseason.
Are you considering Michigan's playoff shit too, though?
I'm not. Yeah, that's a whole season.
Yeah, Ohio State's got a lot better competition to be played yet. That could easily change.
Yeah, I mean that can easily change, right? But like if we're looking at the regular season, like Ohio State has been dominating everybody. Like you guys have dominated every single team. You dominated Texas. You dominated Penn State. They suck. You dominated Illinois. But like it's just been consistent. I mean, Michigan 2023 was consistent, but Ohio State's pulling up better numbers and they're averaging better numbers. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that those debates are always like fun to talk about, but I always just like it's so hard to get to a resolution or like a final answer on it because it's just different years, different players, different coaches, different time. Like it's fun like off-season talk when there's nothing else to talk about, but it's they're both elite. Like I'm not going to sit here and say like saying one is better than the other is any knock on the other side. Like they are both elite players, elite teams, and elite units.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Ohio State can beat the Cleveland Browns or the Cincinnati Bengals or anything.
No,
like that.
Absolutely not. They would get killed.
Because that's retarded. Just saying
yeah,
that.
There's no way.
I mean, what can I take away from this game? Is that Sherrone Moore is clearly not capable of...
I guess where's your head at? Like, you guys obviously have a bowl game. You can get some momentum there. Where is your head at, not only for, like, Michigan going into 2026, but, like, Sherrone Moore, Bryce Underwood? Like, by the time the first game kicks off next year, where do you want to see them as a program?
I want to see Michigan or Bryce Underwood to be a better passer. I want Like I think like what made JJ so deadly in college football was that like he can do both. Like he can kill you with his feet, and then he can also kill you in the air sometimes.
Yeah, you had
You
to
know?
respect JJ's arm much, much more.
Yeah, like just being down 20, like being down 17 or down 7 in the Rose Bowl with like 4 minutes left, and then to drive the ball down the field almost 90 yards to score and to tie the game up. Like that's not an easy task. And that's like the difference of what like previous Michigan teams just didn't have. Like they didn't have that player that could just like basically like be the focal point in clutch moments. And JJ McCarthy was able to do that. And that's something like I want Bryce Underwood to be. Like I want him to be better. Like I want him to be a better passer. And we get some of these glimpses like throughout the season. Like okay, well, Bryce Underwood can throw the ball, but he's just like clouded by poor judgment and poor mechanics. So I want Michigan defensively to be stellar. I want to be sound. Like I want to see that 2023 team, back again. And then like, is that a tall ask? Like, not really. I just want them to be competent. Like I don't want them to give up big plays. I don't want, the defense to get shredded on fucking screens or like by running backs that just happened throughout the season. I don't think that's a tall order at all. And I think that's very realistic as a fan and someone who loves this program. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks because like our season's over. Like I don't care about the bowl game. Like we're gonna go to the fucking dirty tampon bowl or preparation H bowl or whatever the fuck bowl, and probably play Texas or someone else and get
So-
fucking blown out.
So you don't think Texas is going to get in?
No, I don't. They have 3 losses. I don't think they should get in.
I agree with that. They're just the SEC propaganda machine is going to be pump. It's already started to pump, but it's going to get even more traction here these next couple weeks, or until
that's like-
Selection Sunday. Is it next Sunday? Right?
Yeah. Like, did you see SEC fans like complaining about Michigan being ranked ahead of Texas when
Had
the
less
CFP
losses.
rankings came out? Like, dude, we have 2 losses. You have 3. I hope that helps, bro. 2 is
Yeah,
greater than 3. Like,
Yeah.
of course.
and your 2 losses were against ranked teams. It wasn't like you lost to fucking Florida. They lost to Florida.
Yeah, they got beat by a bad team. This is what happens.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Like even like last night, Alabama's going down to the wire with Auburn. And I understand, like coming from an Ohio State fan, I don't take a win in a rivalry game for granted. Obviously, like we've been through hell the past 4 years. But Auburn had 1 SEC win last night. They had 1 SEC win. Like that Michigan team last year that Ohio State lost to, they had 3 or 4 Big Ten wins at least. Like it wasn't like they were bottom of the barrel in the Big Ten. It's just that whole conference is not very good, I don't think. I think that like Georgia's pretty decent. I mean, I think Bama and Texas, like they're decent, but they don't scare me.
Yeah, Georgia almost lost to Florida. And I would say Florida
Georgia's
screwed.
gotten lucky too. Georgia went down to the wire with Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech isn't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think the SEC is a power conference as it used to be.
What is your take on the whole like Notre Dame's going to be on the fence, I think, for getting in, or not really maybe the fence, but like what is your take on the whole Miami Notre Dame argument?
See, so like Notre Dame's losses are to Texas A&M and Miami. And Miami's losses to Louisville and who else they lose to? What was the other team?
It was 2 bad teams, I think. Like
So 2 bad teams. Was it Virginia?
Maybe.
Yeah, let me look. Miami schedule college. So they lost to Syracuse. No, they didn't. They lost to God. Why is it showing fucking last year's? I hate that. So they lost to Louisville and they lost to SMU in a final overtime.
Oh yeah, SMU. That's right. Yep.
And SMU just lost to Cal, which now Duke and and who was it? Duke and
Virginia.
Pitt. Duke and
I think it's-
Virginia in the ACC championship. Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's Duke and I think it's Duke and Virginia ACC championship. Yeah, Duke and Virginia.
What the fuck? So one of those two shit shows are going to be in the playoff. My God.
Oh yeah.
That's so
Duke and
fucked.
Virginia. Now, do I just look at the losses. Like Notre Dame has been dominating every single team they played since.
I think they look as good as anybody in the country right now.
Yep.
I get they haven't played anybody. Their competition the last two games is not great, but it's a lot of the same team that we saw go to the national championship last year, and they have Jeremiah Love, and there's a very valid argument out there that can be made for him to be the best player in college football.
They also have a way better quarterback.
CJ Carr is much better than Riley Leonard. If you can't see that with your own two eyes, I can't help you.
Yeah, I had Texas fans telling me that CJ Carr was lesser than Riley Leonard. I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know anything
Absolutely
about
not.
ball.
Absolutely not. CJ Carr gives them so much more of an option through the air than what Riley Leonard did. Riley Leonard was a lot like Will Howard. He was a really good leader, but he couldn't throw the ball very well. He was a very good runner, gave them another option in the run game, but he limited them through the air.
No, I agree with that. I think Notre Dame gets in over Miami.
And that's insane. That's a crazy, 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 crazy argument because you're also like Notre Dame definitely looks like the better team right now. But then I understand like Miami fans like, then why the fuck do we play the game? Like, why do we play the game if you're not going to consider head-to-head?
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a hard. I think Notre Dame would beat them by a couple scores right now if they played again. I think it was CJ Carr's first ever start on the road in the rain. That's not easy.
Yeah, I think Miami's a paper tiger. I don't trust Carson Beck. Not
No.
one bit.
No.
Big games. So like I'm looking at Texas schedule too. So Texas beat who they beat? So they lost to Ohio State as in like ranked wins.
Texas A&M was a good one.
Texas A&M was a good win. Oklahoma was a good win.
Yep.
And they destroyed Oklahoma. They beat Vanderbilt. That was a good win. Fucking Diego Pavia. And then they just got mopped a couple weeks ago by Georgia. I mean, again, just don't have 3 losses. Don't fucking lose it.
Don't lose to Florida. Don't lose to Florida. Just like if it's the same shit with Ohio State and Michigan or Ohio State and Michigan. Like, don't lose to UCLA. Don't lose to Maryland. Don't lose to Northwestern. Like those bad teams in the conference. Just don't lose to them and you're fine.
Yeah. It's like Michigan, like, don't, like, I saw some people on Twitter saying that Michigan, if Texas has a chance to make the CFP, so does Michigan. Like, yeah, but Michigan hasn't beat anybody. Like, we haven't beat anyone with a pulse. Like, yeah, we beat Washington and Nebraska. Sure. But, like, when you played ranked teams, like, you played Oklahoma, got fucking punched in the face. Played USC, got punched in the face. Played Ohio State, got punched in the face. This was the game that Michigan had to win to make the CFP. They have any conversation of making it.
If they even if they just beat Oklahoma or USC, they're probably on the fringe, but they might be in.
I would think they would be in. I think if Michigan would have beat Oklahoma or USC, it would be the second loss to the best team in the nation. I don't think you can't like discredit that from Michigan just because Ohio State's really good.
Right.
And they would only have 2 losses at that point. But yeah, and Texas has 0 shot of getting in. Miami doesn't have a shot of getting in. And dude, did you hear about Lane Kiffin going to LSU and basically siphoning that whole entire coaching staff at Ole Miss?
So I was reading some shit last night. It sounded like it was a done deal that he was going to Ole Miss, and they were sending planes to come pick him and his family up today or something. And it sounded like he was being pretty adamant that he was wanted to continue to coach through the playoff. I haven't seen anything today. I'm sure more shit came out.
I think he said something about like if you're not on this plane with me, then you're not going anywhere. It sounds like he's leaving, like mid playoff.
Well, last night I was reading like that's not what he wanted to do, but like I kind of understand Ole Miss's standpoint. Like, fuck you, you're not fucking staying. You're leaving.
Dude, Michigan State just fired Jonathan Smith.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, they're in a bad. You talk about somebody who's in a bad spot.
Oh yeah. Let me see what Lane Kiffin said for LSU. He said something about. Here, when I find it on Twitter. I saw it was like an 0-3, a 1-3 or whatever the fuck it. Said that he is taking all of the offensive and all of the staff from his offense and defense, and he's going to take them over to LSU.
That's what I was wondering, because there's been a lot of noise around him the past couple weeks, just of like him leaving and stuff. I'm like, people talk about, well, that's a huge distraction for the locker room and for the coaches and the players, and I'm like, not in today's world of college football. He can sit there and tell them, hey guys, I'm probably going to leave and go to Florida, and we're going to go to LSU. Let's stay here and let's keep winning here at Ole Miss. And then once the season's over, there's this thing called the transfer portal, and you can all just come with me.
Yeah.
So like you're not going to lose, because like in the past, like 10 years ago, there was not a thing called the portal, or there was, but you had to sit out a year and do all that dumb shit where players weren't hopping in the portal like they do now. And you would have lost the locker room 10 years ago, because they would all have been like, screw you, like I'm stuck here, like I'm not going anywhere else. And now it's like, look guys, I'm leaving. Let's just stay here and keep winning, and then after the year, you guys can just come with me.
Yeah, he's definitely siphoning that whole team, and he's going to destroy that program too.
Oh yeah.
Like after like all of like what Ole Miss has given to Lane Kiffin, he's just like completely fucked them. That's crazy. Yeah. It's not even like you're jumping like conferences either. You're staying in the same fucking conference. It's like Jim Knowles going to Penn State. That's
yeah.
That's
all right, Metal. You got anything else? I got some shit I need to get done yet the rest of today.
I just got one thing. If you're a Michigan fan and you accept the results of this year, you're a fucking idiot. That's all I have to say.
Okay. I don't have any comment on that.
It's facts. It's the truth.
All right, everybody. If you could please like, subscribe, retweet, please help us out here. We would greatly appreciate it. This was another great episode summarizing the game. Ryan Day and the Buckeyes are back on top. Game next year, Wolverines are coming to Columbus, Ohio. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.